daddy there.
Good morning. I don't know, y'all. It's about to rain. Just got here. What time is it? It is 10:11 my time here. And I'm just getting to the site. Tired. But I gotta come. Gotta come. Because I planted stuff yesterday. So even if I wanted to not come, I have to come. Well, maybe I didn't have to come because it's looking like it's going to rain, but I didn't know it was going to rain. So I wanted to be able to come here and water the plants, the seeds and stuff that we put in yesterday. And the plants that need that daily water because they newly put in. So that was my plan. Come here and do that. But by the grace of God, he's going to shower us today. And mostly days in the morning, it looked like it's going to rain, but then it doesn't. Then the sun fights through the rain, the clouds. And then we don't have the rain, but it just looks very gloomy today. I don't know if y'all can see. It doesn't even look like no sun is here. I don't know why I'm walking the opposite way. But I just felt like walking. My knee hurt, so I'm trying to walk it out. Because that's walk it out. Ain't that cute? Look how they took my brick. So these people something. So you see they measured the land here. But in measuring the land, they needed to have like the pillar, but they didn't have a pillar. So they came to my land and took a brick. And then I see another brick down there. So basically they must have that's some things that I don't like about here. And that's why I know I need to get a fence, but it is what it is. But yeah, they just walk on your land. No, like in the U.S., you just walk on people's property and stuff. I mean, you walk to the front door. Nah, I get it. And I guess you have to walk all the way up there to get, but you just don't come and take from people, So but I guess that's how they do. But I want my brick back. That's all I know. They owe me 2 bricks. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go get the one I see down there. But this one right here, I'm going to let them know. When I see them out here with the wall, I'm be like, yeah, I took my brick, and please return the brick. I need my brick. And I know that sounds a little petty, but stuff ain't cheap. And these people coming from where I'm coming from, so they got the money and they working. So give my brick. Yeah, I know that sounded a little petty. And I shouldn't be that way. And I shouldn't have said that either. So, Lord, help me. I'm tired. So, yeah. I'm just, like I said, I didn't even go in there. I just jumped out the car and walked down here and turned this video on. So, yeah. I'm going to go and see how far they got. It don't look like. Well, let me go up here before I start talking. But, yeah. Let me check on the seedlings and those things. Look at that. They growing back. I thought this lemongrass was going to go. I did. Because it was looking all like it was withering away. But look at the green stuff coming out. Yay! Oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you, God. Because I really wanted some of these. So now everybody got some green coming. Thank you, Lord. And today, thank you, Jesus. If it rained, look, everybody got green coming out. It's going to grow. Thank you, God. And then even look, these was withered away, these tomatoes, and even them, look, they coming back. Thank you, God. What the God? It's okay. Thank you, God. Let me look over here. I gotta. I need some cool days. If the days here was cool, I would be able to get so much done. But because the days are hot, it's like you limited. I done broke out. Let me show you my arm. You see that? Something bit me, whatever that is. It bit me there. It bit me there. And this is on my left arm with my watch. On my right arm, look. I don't know if y'all can see. I got 2 things here. I don't know what those are. 2 things there. I got it on my back. It's like something is just biting me out here. And I know, because sometimes stuff be on me and I'll feel a bite or something. I'm like, what the heck? And when it'd be like, it could be like even just the small ants it be. So I get it. All right. They doing the generator. Let me go get the key for the You got the key? You need the key? The key. Let me get it. Yeah. Okay, look at the oak. Okay. This rain finna do a whole lot for this garden here today. Thank you, God. I hope it rain all day. I don't want it to rain, but I know it needs to rain, and I'm okay with that. It needs to rain, and everything is growing. But look at the okra. Look at the okra. They are growing. Okay. Okay. Everything is growing. That rain, when I come back here Monday, just watch out, it's going to be, stuff just going to be gone. And that's crazy, because you take one little rain and you come back and all this stuff, you be like, in one day, the rain. Let me get these keys and stuff. Yo.
What's in your guy? He said he was coming today to give you black eye. He want to off one of your eye. Dismantle one of your eye. Metro.
So it's starting to drizzle, but I'm not leaving yet. But I was just over here in the corn, and I noticed that there is corn here. So I got all excited. So let me bring y'all back and show you the first corn. I was wondering, because this corn is hard. I'm used to the soft corn, but they were saying that the reason why it's hard is because I guess they dry it out or whatever where did I see the daggone corn at? They dry it out and because they're making the banku and all those things, but I'm used to the soft sweet corn. So look at the corn, y'all. I see one corn. Look, it's coming. Y'all see it? It's coming. I saw one. I found 3 corns. One there. And I think over here. Oh no, look at that. The corn is growing. Yeah. This amazes me. I'm just, look at the corn, y'all. There's one there. And then you can see this one is really growing. I didn't realize that when the corn grow, look, this is all learning. Why? Look, it got this fuzzy red hair. Look at the corn, y'all. I didn't realize. I wonder why the red hair. I never even realized that, unless our corn grow different. But yeah, some of this stuff just broke. So I guess this will keep growing, but these parts right here broke off. Okay, there's more corn over there. Because they put corn all back here. There go another corn. Oh, so corn is growing. They say 3 months. And then I see more corn over here. There's corn there. Okay. Corn. See? Corn growing out of there. This is going to be some excitement for me, especially when it comes time to actually. Oh, and the corn was on this one. Look. It's not gonna grow. I wonder if you could put the thing in. This one won't. Oh man. There's nothing I can do. It won't. It's not going to stay. Oh, look, that's the same corn. Oh, gosh. So, what I'm learning here is that this side, there's more corn over there. This side of the land, this right here, for some reason, if y'all can look, it grows. The stuff grows more, I guess. Because, like, the corn over there was planted first. This corn was planted way after the corn over there. But yet, this corn is growing, and that corn is still, some of them is like babies, like you're just starting to plant them, and they're starting to grow. But the corn that's here is growing high, tall. So, with that being said, once all of this is gone, when I plant my own patch of corn, I think I'll plant my corn. My corn will be over here, but I'm not going to have it just all over the place. I got to, look, me and my little thoughts, I got to have it just in one area, because when you think about it, I'm not going to really be eating the corn. It'll be for the animals in the future. So I'll just be growing it just to have it for the chickens and for the goats to have, not for me to really eat. I need to clean out this space. Not today, I don't have my gloves. And then I'm, like I said, because Peace is really growing now, and Grace is getting big, so she needs her own space. She needs her own room. And then I'm gonna dig up Mercy, and I'm gonna put Mercy over there because, yeah, she needs her own room. Everybody need their own room. Peace could stay a little bit longer. I need to clean all of this out. Oh, jeez. So yeah, my corn area will definitely be over here because it's really flourishing over here. Look how tall this one. No corn on it, but it's tall. Yeah. So this will be, look how tall that one is. Okay, corn is there. So if you go through here, you find corn. Look a favor over here. By itself, just growing with the stuff. Look at her. Oh, just growing. Yeah, so. Oh, okay, it's lots of little corns popping up, coming through here. Even though look, all of this was ate up, look. So I don't know. I guess it'll continue to grow. A lot of them was just ate up. The wheat on it. Now, just a question, because I don't know, so I'm gotta ask. With this, what does this do? Or is this like the wheat of a corn? I have no idea. What is this, something that you can use for something else, or how does this go? What purpose does this have on the corn? And I'll Google it. But what's the purpose? Give some of y'all something to do. Okay. Yeah, and this dirt, this is soft, but this is because it's soil. And that's the thing. I probably have to do a lot of farming because this soil is going to be a mess when it's wet. And if it's farmed on, then it doesn't matter because, it's growing here. So even here, I can leave all of this. It's just corn. I'm sorry. Plant some, I can. So we're making like a thing to go over the bed of the seeds growing here. So that's what he's doing. Generator's going, filling the tank back up. It got halfway. So I just like to make sure there's water there. Now, I meant to bring the vinegar. One of my subscribers told me to just bring vinegar and spray the weeds. So I gotta make sure I remember to bring that vinegar. Look at all the yam. This tree is terrible. And I know with the yam, you just have to wait for the leaves to turn. Yeah. And I don't know why that's looking like that. Like it's withering away. I don't know. It's a lot I have to learn. I'll get it. Especially once I get here. It's a lot because I'm trying to keep, my mind is racing all over the place. I got so many things going on in my head and to think about. You can't focus on one thing and you can't remember everything. That's where I'm at. Can't focus on one thing and you can't remember everything. And then when you're dealing with people and you got all of these suggestions and stuff, oh Lord, my head be all over the place. And I really probably need to be writing a lot of stuff down. Just get a book and be like, and make it my daggone subscribers tips book. And just put down all of the things, like the tips and the different stuff that you guys give me. Because I know a lot of stuff that y'all have said to me that I was like, oh, I got to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get that done. I ain't going to remember if I don't. And so I need to write it all down because right now when my mind is all over the place, but once I'm in the house and I'm getting settled, obviously my mind will calm down and then the process will start and all of the tips and all of that y'all gave me, I'll, put it to use. But right now I'm just in the storm. That part. But I think I'm gonna do that. Just as I'm reading the comments, whatever little tidbits y'all give me, put your name / and then what you told me to do for, you know, whatever it was that I'm doing. But yeah, so this is me passing the generator, climbing up this hill. Oh, I might have to fill this because I can't do this hill. Take some of that dirt and just fill it up a little bit. It's going to be a hill regardless, but you know, whatever. And by the way, I forgot to say this. I know whoever watched the video yesterday, when I showed the top of the video, we saw that part of the porch, that's what it was, part of the porch was not filled in with the cement. But when I got here this morning and I went to ask, they had already filled it. So they I mean, I guess, I don't know, I didn't ask the question, but it was already filled when I got here this morning. When I looked and it was done. So it was done. And then to my subscriber who told me to look at the 2 windows, that's why I'm glad I seen it too, but you know, I'm glad somebody else seen it, because sometimes I could be a little over the top with some stuff. But the windows, so yeah, it was some windows that were a little bit smaller, so they're going to fix that. So the windows are going to get fixed. They've already fixed the top over there, so they're on it, and I like that about them. So yeah, that's fixed. I'm just trying to think, did anybody else say anything that I'm trying to address all things as I come up. Yeah, so I think it was 2 of the windows that I actually identified. I looked and I went around with the mason this morning with the measuring tape, and so we're on the same page. Yeah. So I had a visitor that was supposed to come today, but I don't know what happened. He's coming, looked like I heard 3 hours away, but he said it was raining where he was and he wasn't sure if he would, you know, be able to come. He would let me know. So as of right now, he haven't called me back, so I don't know what the deal is with that. So I'm waiting. It was something that, you know, we ran across, one of my subscribers sent me, and we was checking it out, so I was, you know, going to bring it to y'all. You know, it's for some of us, and some of us it's not for, but at least you put it out there and let people know that we have options on, you know, a lot of different things. So as someone bring it to me, I'm bringing to y'all. That part. Y'all, what is this? Look, what kind of bug is that? Can y'all see that? I cannot. Yo, they got bugs down here I never seen. I happened to look over there. I'm like, what is that with that hair on it? This a whole somebody different kind of bug. Look at that. Look at that. I ain't touching it. But it's yo, where the bugs come from? That's crazy. Who know what that is? I got my thoughts back, sorry. So when people come, especially in these areas of Acre, look, the brick people done came back. Let me hurry up and get down here. So the bricks finally came, because I was sure about to talk about them. Let me walk faster. So, yeah, so when people come here and buy the acre lands, not the plot lands, the acre lands, and because some of these people, we got 5, 6 plots. Some people got a lot of land out here, you know, 10 plots and stuff like that. So my thing is, when you come here, and anybody who buying land like that, you know, like, it's a community. It's a area where no one's lived, and that's why you're able to buy those acres, because it's a land that no one's in. So obviously, if it's just land, there are no roads. So some things you know ahead of time. Obviously, coming and seeing it, I agree. So, I didn't do it, but I'm sure people have done it. And I don't know that it makes a difference if you come and see the land versus you not seeing the land. If you want the acres of land, and everywhere you go down here, no place is, developed. We are the development. So, I'm here first, and obviously I'm going through the trials that I'm going through as far as getting the trucks up here and those kind of things. Yes, but the future to come, the land, it will be people, because people bought the land. It's just now getting on the land. It's transferring from, wherever you're coming from, UK, US, wherever it is that you're coming from, to come down now, to cut ties off there, to stop your job, to save your money, to do all of the things that you need to do to be able to get yourself down here. So some people started with building walls, some people started with, look, that ain't even our truck. Look, that's somebody else's truck somebody else stuff getting delivered down there. I gotta call this man back, because this is ridiculous. Well, again, he's not getting any money until these people come. So that's a truck, people getting delivered down there. That's okay. So anyway, and I'm running down the daggone street, all out of breath. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So, this is development, and it's not easy. I don't know, like, you'll never, like me, I can say today, honestly, I didn't plan for coming here. We think we plan until we come. We only know that, we got the land, we're gonna build a house. We go through all of these things and we say, okay, all people come down with different kind of money. Some people still work while they're here. Some people retire. Some people getting checks, whatever, however that is for them to live here. Everybody got their own way of supporting themselves while they're here, or not, or whatever. But everybody decided to come down and do what they're going to do. And that's fine, that's just like these people bought this land a while ago. But, it's very difficult. It's difficult to get up. You still having to pay your mortgage, however that is, your rent, your thousands of bills that you have, your credit cards, your this, your that. People, it's a struggle. And then on top of that, you're already struggling to live in the West, but then you're trying to build to come to live here. So it's very difficult. I believe that a lot of people probably will never even make it here to live, because it is difficult. And sometimes if we just don't pull ourselves away, because at the end of the day, every one of us, we're leaving somewhere that we can go back to. Not that you want to go back to. That's just like myself. I may have to go back because my money done ran out, and that's because of a lot of different things. The cheating, the dashing, like I said, I've had 3 lands since I've been here. I'm grading, helping with roads. I bought extra plots. I'm where I'm living. I still have to pay my light bill, my electric bill, my TV. I had to buy things. So the money that I thought that I had, it just ran through me being, negligent, I guess, on my own part, with being transparent with my own money, with, not managing it properly. And so this is where we are. And I get it. And some people, you may have to go back home, and work or whatever and come back. I personally, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back home, and I'm just going to figure it out, and I'll have to figure out however that's going to be, to stay here, hook or crook. I have my apartment. If I have to stop the bill, I stop the bill and I figure it out later. But it is what it is. I'll still have my home. It'll be for the most part, and I can just do small. Every month, I'll just do small, that part. And it is what it is, but we want to come, but I get it, the difficultiness of coming. But you have to be like, hey, like, you got to start and you got to come, because the prices are changing. Like when I first came, the dollar value was 1. I was getting the good money. Now the money is low. And now, but the prices hasn't really changed that much. So you're taking the low money. Now the money is, you're having to spend extra money, as opposed to when I first got here. And now it's just taking a toll on, on my the finances, so I'm trying to figure it out right now. But nonetheless, if we don't try something, we gotta try. We gotta figure out what we can do, how y'all can do it, how is it going to be feasible, because United States or UK, none of those places are going to get any better. None of those places are going to change for us. We're not, it is what it is. And I keep saying, I'm not saying that, I like being here in Ghana. I do, regardless to everything that happened, because I truly believe once I'm in my house and I'm on my land, I know that things will change for me. But it's the process of me meeting people with the build and that kind of stuff. That's what is my, that's the dilemma that I have, depending on people. But once you're in your house and you got things situated, I think things will change. That's my own thought for my own self. I don't know what nobody else think, but that's for my own self. That's my own thinking. So yeah, real quick, we set this bed up, put some peppers under there. They're starting to bud up under there, so they made this little bed thing and covered it up right here, just like we did for the other one over there. So that's what we got going on there with the seeds and stuff, and they're growing under there. So once they grow up, and then we'll transplant them to wherever they're going to go, I guess. So yeah, so we all got our own different things that we got going on, but we have to decide, like, what do we really want to do? And like I said, I personally like Ghana. If I had to choose Ghana versus the US, I still would choose here. Whether I have more or whether I have less, I still would choose here, because if anything happened, I will be able to survive here. Prime example, y'all guys look at my land every day. Every day, I got food all over the land. If I was in the US, I couldn't have half of this stuff I have here growing, and just, and if I did, it would be like small. It would be very small, and not in the magnitudes that I have right now, and the space that I have right now. It would be very different. So for me, I wouldn't change being here. I don't care what my circumstances is and what they look like. I wouldn't change nothing about being here. I would still want to be here. I actually love it here. I feel comfortable here. I feel safe here. It's just, things, and then for me, I think for me, I'm, again, never talking about anybody else, just have to only talk about myself. We come and we say one thing. We're coming and we say one thing, but then, I want to live like this, and I want to do this, and I want to get away from this. But when we come here, we still bring in, I want all my Western stuff with me. I want to live like I was living in the Western, but only in Ghana, and I'm this. You can spend all that money bringing stuff down here, and that's money that you could have put into whatever you got going on. And at the end of the day, like, even with me, like, I bought all these seasonings and food and blah, blah, blah when I first came. But when it runs out, and, it's one thing when we're leaving and stuff, you got all these people saying, oh, I'm going to help you. I'm going to do this. If you need this, I got you. Blah, blah, blah. But when you're gone, and that gets old, it gets old. People start to live their own life. People got their own crisis. People got their own thing. So how often do you think I'm going to get somebody to keep sending me barrels or whatever down here to, send me the things that I want, as opposed to me saying, okay, you know what? I have to learn how to eat. I'm not saying eat the foods down here, but use the types of food that they use, and, make my food and eat and stuff like that. Gardening is one way, because I can, garden and make things that I like. But outside of that, I have to learn to be okay. Just kind of being okay with being here, because in the long term, if I plan to be here long term, this is my reality, and I have to learn to live in the reality, how the reality is, and with the things that the reality brings and have. You can't just always think like, oh, I can't, I'm going to the West, I'm going back, and I'm gonna get this, and somebody gonna say no, because this is where we're going to be. So we gotta get acclimated with where we're at, and be okay with where we're at, and just say, okay, this is what we got, this is what I can use, and this is what I'm going to do, and that's it, period, point blank. every day is not going to be a bed of roses, and people think like, oh, I would never leave U.S. and come down to Ghana and look how the roads is, or look how it is, and it's a what they be saying that it's a poor place and blah 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 blah. Even when we live in U.S., some of the places some people live is poor. And at the end of the day, I think some of that be a state of mind, poor. Because I see these people down here, they may not have as much as you have, but they're surviving. They're eating, they got their places, whatever that is. Happiness is, everybody is individual. Your happiness is an individual thing. And so, what makes someone else happy may not make me happy, and what makes me happy may not make somebody else happy. But nonetheless, I see more happy faces here sometimes than I ever saw in the U.S. in a long time. And even in U.S., we work. We don't even have relationships with each other, like talking about it. And so I don't know about nobody else, but I felt like I was just existing in the U.S. when I was there. Here, I feel like I'm doing something. That's why y'all see me up, running around, doing stuff. I was that way at home in my little space. Now I have this humongous space, and I'm able to do a lot of things. I can keep myself busy, but I keep busy on my terms when I want to, not having to get up every day, go to work for somebody that you don't want to work for. And y'all know I had a video about that before. Just like you be over, like, I don't want to be like that. Getting up in age, I'll never be able to retire, and if I retire, I don't think that I'll ever be able to retire. And the stress that I was going under, having headaches and all that stuff when I was in U.S., and feeling sick and bogged down all the time, I would have probably ended up, God forbid, but I'd probably ended up in someone's nursing home with this, someone taking care of me. I don't want to live like that. So this was my only outlet to say, you know what, let me try. I have to try. I didn't have much, but I still had to try. I didn't, I had what I had, and I came. And this is where I got so far with what I got, and it's just running out. But I'm where I'm at. And I'm gonna, and at the end of the day, I will live in this house. That's for sure. I will live in this house by God's grace. I'll live in this house, and it may take me just a little bit longer, a couple of months or whatever, even if it took me a year. At the end of the day, I have an apartment that I'm living in, so I'm safe. I got running water, air conditioning. I got all the things that I need in an apartment that I'm living in. And so if I have to, take my time with just finishing the house, then I'll take my time finishing the house. It is what it is. It's, small, little by little. Whenever I get my money, I just come and I just take it. I buy whatever I need to buy. And when I got enough, I call the guy and I pay him and he do it and I'm done. And that's where I'm at. I'm not going to stress myself over it or be all worked up over it. We do what we can do, and that's it. I wouldn't change a thing, and I'm good. Like, it is what it is. We have to learn sometimes, this for me, it just is where God has us at, and He's humbling me right now, and because I'm so accustomed to doing what I want, how I want, being responsible for me, and if I wanted to do, I did, and now I'm not. It's like I'm having to depend. It's like I'm having to humble myself in a lot of different things, and I'm uncomfortable with it sometimes. I'm uncomfortable. I get in my feelings. I get all frustrated with some stuff, and but you know what I'm saying? It's a learning lesson for everything, and I'm learning, and I'm okay. It's just, it is what it is. I'm good. Like I said, right. So anyway, I've talked enough. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I talked enough, and it's all good. Yeah, but if whoever is coming, y'all just come. Just you have to come. You have to see. You have to try. It is what it is. You can put half your family here, and if you got to go back so often, work 2 months or whatever, and then come back, or however you got to make it work, you make it work, because it's doable. It's doable. Look at me. Sure, I'm doing it. It's doable. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm gonna say that. Because if you knew what I came with, and you see how far I got, even with all of my losses and extra stuff that I had to do, you'd be like, what? But that'll be in my testimony when everything is all said and done, so I can give God the glory over that. So I'm not even going to talk about that, but I'm just saying, if I can do it, anybody can do it, and it's just about finding the right people and reaching out and trying to see who is good and who is not good. And the good thing about that is so most of y'all that's on these videos, if y'all come in, y'all already got people down here that's on the floor, on the ground, and meeting people and stuff. So you have like that little bit of help, especially for the people who's coming in this area, because we've already met people. We've already we done the hard stuff, and doing the hard stuff. So by the time you come, we can say, okay, well, this is so and so. You see my bill, or whoever Kenz's bill or whoever else bill or whatever, and you can just go from there. Like, you got options. So it is what it is. And for me, once I'm able to live in this house and I'm in the house, but people, especially if you live in this area and you want to come down, by all means, my doors will be open. You can come on in, and this way you're close to your land. You're able to come and do what you got to do, and stay here and be close to your land and watch your build or whatever. Look, my door's open. Come on. And that's it. I would appreciate the company and being able to talk to people who understand me when I'm talking to them. That part. So, yeah, but you can't sit and not make a move. You got to make a move. You got to, come on. Or if you're going to do it, if you're not going to do it. Look, Trump over there tearing up, and it is what it is. I ain't saying no place is no better than no place. I'm going to say that. I'm just saying wherever you feel that you're more comfortable at, that's your place, period. All right. All right, good.
All right, let's go. Let's go. So that's how you got me here.